Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're just going to do a nice, soft opening. Make sure we gather everybody in here. Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. We are here, baby. We are here, baby. Oh, yeah. We're going to give it a few more minutes. We're just going to do a nice soft opening. Let everybody gather around. Gather around, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a story to tell. The real question is this just a market pullback? Or are we going to bleed? Is the market going to have a colonoscopy to the sell side? That's the real question on a lot of people's minds. That is the truth. The truth, baby. We're going to be up and running here in just a minute. Please give me just a few minutes and we will be ready. But of course, my polls, my lovely polls. If I could please have my polls, YouTube. You know I love my polls. They say not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. We got about 2 minutes, guys. We got about 2 minutes until we open. 2 more minutes. We have a beautiful show for you tonight. We got plenty to go over between the market outlook, the economic data, the sector watch, my trades, and of course the watch list. While you are waiting, go through your watch list. Let me know what you got, because if I don't got it, then you can supply it. Just 1 more minute and we will be opening up. Give me my polls, YouTube. Give me my polls. They don't want to. They said no. No, you don't get your polls. You don't get your polls. Not tonight. No way, Jose. You're going to have to adapt and overcome. Which we do. We will always adapt and overcome no matter what, because we are a sapling. A small sapling in the wind, as William O'Neill likes to call it. We are malleable. We will bend with the market. All right, guys, we got about 30 seconds left. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, because we are going to get started very, very soon. Let me take a little sip of this C4. Delicious. And here we go. Let's do this, guys. Woo! Yeah, baby. Here we go. Market talk. Let's do this, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good whatever, wherever the hell you're at. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Dave. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, well then I salute you. You are here to better yourself. I am here to better myself. And everybody that is in the Discord that is joined, welcome. Welcome. I hope you had an awesome weekend. We have some crazy, crazy news. Of course, we're going to go through the market outlook. We're going to go over the economic data. We're also going to go over the sector watch list. Why? On these pullbacks, we need to know what sectors are strong so we know what to look at as we bounce back, if we bounce back, right? That's the real question. Then we're going to go over my trades. Spoiler alert, I'm hands off. I'm hands off, so I don't have any trades. And then we're going to go over the watch list, because it does not matter what seasonality, what type of market we're in, what time of day it is. We want to make sure that we keep an eye on the watch list. So first and foremost, let me do a little hello. For some reason, the polls are down, so there is no chin talk today, and that is A-okay. Let me say good morning to everybody in here. Dan, Bob, Dan, the greatest moderator alive. Yes, sirree, Bob. Thank you so much for joining me, Dan, Bob. It's so good to see you. Beef Stewie in the house. What's going on, Beef Stewie? Good to see you, brother. Covey, my man. What's going on? Tainch, Robert Tainch. Hi, all. What's going on, Robert? Good to see you, brother. Yankees back for another episode of The Worrell Show. What's going on, everyone? He says, Jimmy Bright. Jimmy, what's going on, dude? It's good to see you, man. Mo Wealth has made it. Good to see you, Mo Wealth. Hell yeah. Good to see you, brother. Let's see. B. Stewie says, everybody's in. Yeah, everybody is in the party. Let's do this. Yeah. Just needs a little pressure off. We love the poll. Yeah, I know. We don't have the poll. I'll try and refresh it one more time while we're waiting, while we're talking, while we're just chilling. Baby, 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 baby. Come on. Let's, fingers crossed this time. Come on. Nope, nothing. Oh, it's just giving me the monkey, guys. Look. It's giving me the monkey. It says, no. No, that's not happening. That's A-okay, guys. We're going to do what we got to do because we're going to keep on doing it. If we weren't doing what we did, nobody'd get it done. You know what I mean? Nalani's here. What's going on? Paul says hi. And Covey, we are all here. Gang, gang, gang. Let's get it, baby. All right, we're going to jump right into it. But remember, at any time whatsoever, you can throw up a question in the chat. We're going to go through the S&P 500, the QQQs, the IWM, the equally weighted, and we're going to check the VIX. Let's see what the volatility index looks like before we move on to the economic data. And then, of course, we need to check the sectors. We need to see what's hot and what's not. You ever play that game in high school? Hot or not? I think that was like a Facebook thing for a little while. Or maybe it was a MySpace thing. I don't know. Ooh, do you guys remember MySpace? Okay. The S&P 500, as you guys know, we are in a pullback. We are below a 21-day moving average. Right here is the red line, the 21-day moving average. If we are below it, I am hands off. Watch out below. When we see this, it's like... It is so true. When we see it below the 21, it's sad, it's sorry. But there is good news because when we're below a 21, we got things setting up, baby. And this is the time that we find those setups, that we watch the pullback, we check the relative strength in the overall market, and that way we can put capital at work. And as I told you in the soft opening, that I do not have any current positions because when we're below a 21-day moving average, I sell almost everything unless it is working out in my favor and I already have a position. If I don't have a position, I don't put on a position unless it's a 10-star setup, and it only goes up to 5, so it's very, very rare. Now that we're below a 21-day moving average, we're going to keep an eye on the relative strength, and we were going to find the hot sectors, so that way when we find the relatively strong stocks that are in the market, and they're in a hot sector, and we got 5 stars behind it, we know when to put capital to work. All right? So, the S&P 500 below a 21-day moving average, I don't like it. I know you don't like it either, but Conklin is here, so now it's a real party. What's up, Marwa? It's good to see ya. It's good to see ya. Yeah, Dan Bob just posted the link tree in the chat. If you guys haven't already, take a look at that. Ooh, Zamora's here too. Goodness gracious, the whole gang is here. I thought it was going to be a slow night because the S&P wasn't looking right, but it looks like the whole gang is ready. They're here, and they're ready to learn. So the S&P 500 is below the 21-day moving average. You know I am hands off, but we are watching this like a hawk so we can make some money in the near future. Let's take a look at the QQQs because you better believe it. This thing led the charge to the sell side. If you guys remember, the QQQs is what led the charge to the north side. So if you still believe in tech, because tech likes to run to the north side, running man, to the north side, we can keep an eye to see if this 50-day moving average is going to try and hold. Maybe we see it stutter. Maybe we see it shake. Maybe it will catch a bid down here at the 50-day moving average. I don't know. I have a crystal ball, but it doesn't tell me anything but bowl, baby, bowl. And if it wants to hold, then we'll play that price action to the north side. Of course, we have the IWM, which we know after we broke this very, very tight contraction pattern and it rip, tater chip to the north side. We had amazing volatility pushing this thing much, much higher. Now it is having what I would consider a natural pullback after it got so far extended from that 10-day moving average. It's A-okay. Let it pull back. Let it rest, right? After you pull that meat off the barbie, you let it rest before you smash, right? Well, let the Russell 2000 rest. This thing has been in a very long consolidation. After this price action, after this push higher, we need to pull back, okay? Now, as you guys know, we had some crazy news come out. Biden's not running. I don't get political on this channel, but the reason why I want to bring up Biden dropping out of the administration, for very good reason, I think we should bring it up, because Dan Bob even brought this up as well, that this is going to cause a bit of stir in the market, at least some volatility, because uncertainty in the market is bad. Usually if there's uncertainty, that is going to show selling. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to get further sell-off because of the uncertainty, but generally when the market is uncertain, the safest thing for bigger investors to do is to go more into cash or safer areas in the market. So I like that outlook. I like the thought process behind that. And if you do too, or if you don't, please let me know in the comments. I would like to really know what everybody else is thinking. Yes, presidents, they do affect the market. They do affect the market, but studies show on the longer term, it doesn't matter which side you play, the market does its own thing. It's only in the short term does it affect, okay? It usually is gonna find a way to average out in the long run if you look at the S&P 500 over the past 100 years. It doesn't matter which side you go to, it all ends up even out in the long run. But in the short term, the crisis, the volatility, the craziness, you're going to see it, and you'll probably see it in the market tomorrow. But we will see very, very soon if all of that is true. With the IWM sitting at 216.84, we know with the S&P 500, the IWM and the QQQs, they were all landing on a low at the end of the day on Friday. So that can be determined whether or not these are going to hold. I would be very surprised if we get a pop or a push or any kind of volatility to the north side, but we will see very, very soon tomorrow. Now, we went over the S&P 500. It shows that we're hands off below a 21-day moving average. We shown the QQQs led to the sell side. Now we know IWM is looking better than the rest in generalities of being above their moving averages. Let's take a look at the RSP. Now, if you guys remember, the RSP looked a lot like the Russell where it had this contraction pattern. And if you're not aware of this, this is the equally weighted S&P 500. We're still above all of these moving averages, and we hit a new all-time high in the RSP just 3 days ago. Okay, so I believe this was Wednesday. We hit a new, actually technically Thursday, we hit a new all-time high as well. So 3 new all-time highs here last week for the equally weighted S&P 500. So it was really good to see that. Now we are pulling back. I still consider this a nice pullback. It's nice to see. You don't want to see it go straight up. You don't want to see this continue to go straight up, because that is going to be a euphoric top. And when you see a euphoric blow off or just euphoria just continue to run higher, that shows a bubble, or it shows too much euphoria will show that there's some big selling off to come in soon. Okay, so it's nice to see this pullback. It's nice to see it to equal itself out. Okay. Oh, I got some friends popping in here. Muley, what's going on? Jolene, it's good to see you girls. Hell yeah, we got all the ladies in here. Zamora, Awesome Art, Jolene. We still got a couple more. Where are you ladies? We got a couple more sitting out on, maybe on the sidelines. It's A-okay. It's good to see you girls in here. Yankee says, how much did that internet affect the market? Oh, the IT? Well, it definitely affected Microsoft, and it definitely affected CrowdStrike. That's for damn sure. Let's take a look at the VIX Volatility Index. Now, you can see right here, I even talked to you guys about this, and you know, not to toot my own horn, but I like to point these things out. I really do. We did call out this contraction. I said, I don't know if it works like stocks or not, but we have some contraction right here in the VIX. Well, new higher lows in the VIX. Is there going to be some excitement? Are we due for some excitement? Since we had this huge contraction in volatility, does the excitement work just the same? Well, it looks like human do what they do. How many times I can say do? They do. Humans do. I mean, it is true though. This thing popped off higher, just shoved much higher. This is your fear gauge, and there is fear in the market. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow morning if there was even more fear in the market, but we will have to see. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball, or we would all be rich, because I promise you, if you followed me and I knew, we would all be making money. I'm going to share the wealth, baby. We're all going to be rich. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see what we got up next here. Next up, we are going to go over the economic data. Now, I promise to do this quick because I just want you guys to know what's going on in the market this week. But before we do, if you do me a huge favor, take a look at my screen really quick. I promise to be really quick. Go ahead and take a little looky-peek-see here. I'm going to refresh this. We'll see how many likes we got up to. Looks like we got 19 of you watching and 18 likes. That is amazing. But there's one of you out there. There is one of you out there that haven't hit that like button yet. Go ahead and do the damn thing. Be A-okay with it. T. Lee says, toot that horn. Yeah, baby. Sometimes you got to let them know. You got to let them know. You'd say, hey, I got to toot my horn a little bit. Well, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, guys, because we're doing this and we're doing it all for free. I just put in hours and hours of work just to regurgitate this. Yes, regurgitate this back up into your sweet, sweet ears. And if you can appreciate the entertainment or the education behind any of this, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, join the community. Everything's absolutely free. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has posted the link tree right there in the comment section. So go ahead and click on that. You'll find our Discord. You'll find all the stuff, all the things. All right, right back into it, guys. The economic calendar right here, right now. You can see next week we have the existing home sales on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have the PMI. That can be very volatile if we get a crazy amount of away from our previous or forecast. That's going to happen at 9:45. Thursday is durable goods, but the most important thing is this GDP, and we'll go over GDP in just a second. After that, we have initial jobless claims. Now, the initial jobless claims, as we got it last week, was much higher than expected. And when we get a much higher initial jobless claims, we have to understand when Papa Powell looks at the initial jobless claims, the first thing he wants to know is he balancing things right? Now, we know if we get a higher initial jobless claims and we start to see more people filing for that unemployment, we have a greater lean to him actually cutting rates sooner. Why? Because he does not want to break the labor market. That is his biggest worry, as you were here with me when we live stream old Papa Powell talking about his greatest fear wasn't so much a crisis on the banking through a cyber attack. Now he actually said the balance between the overall inflation coming down and trying to maintain those jobs. So we have a very close eye on initial jobless claims coming out Thursday at 8:30. Now, GDP also comes out at the same time at 8:30. That is gross domestic price. It measures and annualizes the change in inflation adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. Now, if we look at the yearly, you can see we are coming down on this, and that's a very good thing. If we stay within this area, okay, now if we go back, we'll look at the forecast here. So GDP, they're asking or they're expecting 1.9% as the previous was lower. So as long as it's within this 1.4 and 1.9, I think that's going to look good for the overall market. That data coming in, that's what we want to see. Now, do keep in mind whether those numbers are high or low at 8:30 with both initial jobless claims and GDP coming out on Thursday. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a volatile ride that morning. Next up, we have PCE, the core year over year and month over month coming out on Friday. That will be very volatile as well. Okay, guys, so be careful with that. Make sure you mark your calendars. What do we got? What do we got in the chat? Love the sound effects. Remind me of Mad Money with Jim Cramer. Yeah, baby, I'm Jim Cramer reincarnated. Only I speak the truth. You can't make a reverse out of me. I'm going to toot my horn all day long when we're right, and I'm going to tell you when we're wrong as well. Because remember, I always say you are a loser unless you're learning, and we like to learn here every single day. So whether I'm right or whether I am wrong, we do our absolute best to try and learn a few things here. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Jolene says labor market is tanking in San Diego. Yeah, that actually can be considered a good thing in a sense. That's less people spending money, less people with less people spending money and less people have a job, that brings inflation down. Now with inflation at 2.6%, we don't want to continue to lose jobs, or then we have a bigger issue of now the inflation's down, right? But now we don't have anybody working. That's going to create a fear of recession, right? So we don't want to see that the jobs coming down too fast, too quick. And that's what Papa Powell's talking about, that balance. All right. So now, guys, we have talked about the economic data and my market outlook. What we really need to focus on right now is the sector ETF. Now, I promise not to stick around too long on this. What we're going to do is just look at the above 50-day moving average or below the 50-day moving average to help us determine what we want to look a little closer into. And this is going to be generalized because we're on a pullback right now. My main thing is we want to see a sector rotation. I'm not going to say, oh, well, this sector's hot, so that's the only stocks I'm taking. No, I want to generalize this to figure out what is going on in the market during a pullback. What's holding up strong, so that way when we start to see a turnaround and I start to see setups in the strong stocks, in the relative strong stocks that have a higher ADR percentage, just as you guys know how we trade. And if you guys don't know how we trade, check out the Swing Trading School. We go over break and trend breakout strategies. We also just had a new video drop today on episodic pivots. Guys, that's earnings seasons. It's earnings seasons. Make sure you learn episodic pivots, and that your boy Covey did an amazing job on that video. So with that being said, we're going to go through the hot sectors. We're going to figure out what's hot, what's not, and we're going to grade those and then keep that in the back of our minds so that when we look at our stock watch list, we can categorize what is hot and what is not. What sectors are hot? What stocks are in those hot sectors? What stocks are relatively strong compared to the overall market pulling back? And who has the highest average daily rating? If it meets our criteria and we want to let it rip, tater, chip, then watch out to the north side because we want to make some money. So let's take a little peeky gander at the sector ETF. Now, the Bitcoin, as you guys know, has been doing very, very well lately. Now, as we have these volatile contractions, we can go ahead and just do something really simple and just do one of these beautiful little things, right? This thing is coming right back up. As you can see, it's tore through all of this. It is above a 50-day moving average, and it is on a rising 10 and 21-day moving average. You can call this the golden cross here as the 10 crosses that 21-day moving average, and they're both heading much higher, much faster. Now, how long will this last? I don't know, but we know that we have those data processor stocks that we can take a look at. And as you guys know quite a few of them. They are not popping up yet on my watch list because they are not showing that that nice trend contraction pattern as we all love and know. Yeah, Beef Stewie says, great video, Covey. Hell yeah, and I have to agree, man. I watched that twice actually myself. And I'm aware of EPs, but he did such a deeper dive. I learned so much from what I thought I already knew, and that's what's great about watching and rewatching these videos. You learn something new. Akash says, what will the impact be on the U.S. stock after Joe Biden dropping out of the election? I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but as we were speaking about earlier, Akash, is that the market never likes uncertainty. So if there is uncertainty in the market, there is volatility in the market, and the market does not like that. If there's fear or chaos in the market, usually that means it's to the sell side, but we will see very, very soon. Okay, now let's take a look at the sectors. XLB, which is your mutual funds, that it looks like it is pulling back a little, still above the 50-day moving average. XLK, which is technology, this is the technology sector. It is pulled all the way back to that 50-day moving average. We're going to see if it wants to get a nice bounce off this area, just as you've seen here the last time we had a normal pullback. Is this a normal pullback? Well, I think this is going to tell us if this is a normal pullback for the technology sector. As if you guys remember here, when we broke down that 21-day moving average here and we were hands off, this thing ripped through its 50, slowly came up, and then just sunk down deep. Colonoscopy just bled right out the ass right here, and it was disgusting. This is what we were calling the bloody 6-day sell-off, which showed us amazing opportunities after it bounced. The S&P bounced off that $500 psychological and technical area. Next up is XLE. So this is energy. A lot of times you'll see energy do well when there is fear in the overall market. At least back here when we were having a lot of issues in 2021, there was a lot of fear, and we've seen this rise much higher, much faster. Now, if we zoom in over here, you guys can see that this is, let me just bring this up, this is doing quite well. We are above all of its moving averages currently, and if we zoom out, you guys can see this yellow line of mine, hits 1, 2, 3, 4 different times. It breaks out higher, pulls back, creates new lower highs. Let me just extend this out for you so you can have a little bit of understanding of why I am saying the new lower highs. It is still making new lower highs and is at this basing top. What does that tell us? Well, if this thing holds these moving averages and wants to continue higher, it's going to see new highs very, very soon. This is a good sign for XLE. That might not be such a good sign for the overall market if energy wants to continue to ramp to the north side. So we will have to see if energy finds more resistance here or if energy wants to take off. This is definitely something we need to keep an eye on. Right now, energy is still looking strong here. XOP, this is going to be your oil and gas exploration. It is just below a 50-day moving average, and its 10 and 21-day moving averages are still below its 50. You can see it broke its downward trend. We're going to see if it wants to hold a new lower high or if it's going to continue lower. We'll see very, very soon. XLC, this is communication. And as you guys remember, I've been talking about communication for a very, very long time now. It's been a very hot sector for a very long time. And as you can see here now, ladies and gentlemen, what is this? A little stutter, a little step, a little shakeout right here, coming back down below its 10 and 21-day moving average. Will it come back down and retest this 50-day moving average? That is the question, because I think we might see some new leaders emerge on this pullback if we get to pulling back harder and faster. XLU, this is utilities. Now, we talked about utilities doing well back here as we started to pull back. Now it's showing some support just under that 50-day moving average. If it wants to break out higher here, utilities might start to do better. Now, utilities usually do better in a fearful market because people put their money in things that people will need, because that's a safer bet. XLP, consumer staples. Now, this is looking very bullish still. Consumer staples is, as you can see, if we zoom out here, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and now if we zoom in here, 6, 7, it's right at this area of resistance. What does this look like, people? What does this look like? This looks like a contraction pattern that is breaking out on volume here. So this XLP, consumer staples, is looking very strong. So consumer staples and energy so far are what really stick out like a sore thumb to me. XLV, this is healthcare. Now, I know for a fact healthcare has been strong since January and February, as your boy Covey in the room knows. That's where we made a lot of our money, was in January and February on healthcare. And sure enough, it is still holding out very strong as this downtrend line got broken out and it headed up higher. Now just skip-a-loo on this 10-day moving average. We'll see if it wants to continue to hold out of this area, because that's also a base top. So it looks like staples, energy, and healthcare. Let me just write that down. Staples, energy, and healthcare. These are a little different than the last time we went over these guys, just a little different. All right, and communication, we can't call that hot anymore because it pulled back way too strong. XLI, this is industrial. It looks like industrial is looking decent here, still above all of its moving averages and above this basing top high. XLY, this is, we're not going to go over that. XBI, this is biotech. So biotech still looks like it's trying to hold out, creating a cup. Will we see a handle before a breakout? That's the real question here. I like to generalize biotechs with health care. Usually, well, as far as I've been looking, a lot of times when biotech's doing well, healthcare is doing well, vice versa. And that's just for now. Until we see them split off, I'm still going to generalize those together. XRT, so this is another mutual fund. I got to get rid of that. Oh, XLF, guys. So XLF has been very, very good. If you're not familiar with XLF, that's your financials. So Goldman Sachs, has been doing really well. Your Bank of America has been doing really, really well. So these stocks are just, which actually is surprising to me, because you would think over time these bank stocks would be failing because of the interest rates being held at 5.5 for so long. But if you believe the numbers that have been put out, your old Papa Powell, they've talked about the stress tests that they have had, and they can handle a lot more pain still. So it looks like the stress tests that they have done on these banks has shown very fruitful, that these interest rates have been doing very, very well, which since the financial crisis of 2007, 2008, that they have put things in place so that way banks wouldn't just go bankrupt during financial hikes like this, okay? So even though we've been heightened and held for quite some time, the stress levels of these banks they still have more pain that they can handle. So it looks like they have held out very, very well. Bank of America has had higher, Goldman Sachs is heading higher, and many, many other of your banks are heading higher. So very, very interesting to see. And then, of course, we have, last but not least, your real estate sector. Now, Dan the greatest moderator alive, has pointed this out a few times, and you can see here this real estate. Now, I don't have any stocks on real estate, but you can see real estate is doing very, very well as it's creating this large cup. Now, will we see a handle as the 10 and 21-day moving averages catch up? So it looks like we are seeing a little bit of sector rotation here, folks. So if the overall market starts to turn around, we might want to look at the XLE stocks, the XLI, the XLF, staples, energy, and healthcare. Those might be where the money is going into, rather than the technology. Technology, there's been so much money being rushed into technology. You can see NVIDIA has just swelled to the masses. Apple, just such a big area in technology. Microsoft, Google, Meta, these things have swelled so big. They take up such a big portion of the market. Maybe, just maybe, when the market starts to pull back and it starts to turn around, we start to see some more of these financial sectors start to swell up. Maybe some of this retail trade, as we were seeing, was getting some love. Maybe we start to see some of this health technology start to swell up a little bit bigger than these big boats over here. I don't know. We'll see very, very soon. Let's check the chat and see what's going on. What's up, Zell? Good to see you in here, brother. Love seeing you. Love seeing the new faces. Thule, love seeing you in here. Love the energy. Hit that like and sub. Thule, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Nothing but love. I'm going to send some love right back to you right now. Check out that chat. I'm just streaming it, baby. Let's go. Jolene says labor market is oh yeah, I'm sorry. I read that already. I trade SPY only, so I'm focused on that right now. Yeah, and we do keep a very close on the S&P 500, especially because that is my guide in the market. When the S&P 500 is above the 21-day moving average, we are risk on. When we're below the 21-day moving average, we are studying our ass off. When we watch that pullback, we are going over the sectors, we're going over the market, we're looking at our watch list, and we are seeing what the hell is going on. What's going on? Yeah, hit those notes perfectly. You would think I was singing like an angel today. Actually, I did do a little singing today, believe it or not, but that's for another story. It wasn't for anybody, and people paid me to stop. So let's see what else we got here. Dan Bob says, the market never likes uncertainty. No, sir, you're absolutely right. Covey says, thank you, sir. Yes, no, thank you. We appreciate you, Covey, putting out those badass videos, man. We all can learn a little something, and you keep it very entertaining. That video that Covey made, you know what? I'm just going to bring it up really quick to show you guys the video that he made. We just posted it today. It's so dope. I mean, I really appreciate everything that this man does. Let me just go ahead and do one of these really quick and just show you on the YouTube here. Let's bring this up. Let's go to David Worrell and Dan the greatest moderator alive. If you do me a huge favor and just post our link tree in there so you guys can go here. If you guys go to the YouTube, this is really cool, guys. If you go to the YouTube here, you can go ahead and check out our page. If you scroll on here, you'll see the trading school, and we're going to add the new episodic pivot to the trading school tonight. If I could get a reminder, I'd appreciate that. Dan, Bob, Dan, the greatest moderator alive. But right here, we have this trading school, guys. First and foremost, in that link tree, if you want to use the same platform as I have right here, you can go ahead and use my link. It's in that link tree. You guys will get $15 off your first month. If you don't want to use that $15, it's absolutely free, but if you use our link, you guys will get $15 off if you decide to upgrade to my version, the Essential Plan. It's only $15 a month. You get your first month for free on me, and you get the first month for free, so it's almost 2 months free, guys. And then right here, Covey teaches you exactly how to set your charting platform up, just like ours, so you get the relative strength. So that way you get the average daily range. That way you understand exactly what we're looking at, so we all can trade very close, very similar, okay? Then, of course, we got the trend break strategy, the base break strategy, and we just came out with a brand new episodic pivot, which is going to also be, check this out. Look at this beautiful, beautiful thing. Covey just puts it on. Look at this beautiful, I mean, it keeps it fun, keeps it entertaining, it's popping, it's moving, it keeps you very, very interested, and kudos, my hat goes off to Covey and his amazing structured trading plan helps everybody learn a little bit something, so thank you for that. What else we got in the chat here? Damn Yankee says, hell yeah, David, I see you're a KT fan, LOL, yeah. Hang on, let me think, what's KT? That's hard to think on the fly, brother, what's KT? Oh, no, KT. Christian, I'm thinking Christian Quilamagi, but that's not KT. I love that trading school, Jolene says. Thank you, Jolene. We love you being here, Jolene. You're awesome. You've been here for a short amount of time, but you have been a huge part of this show for the few months that you've been here. So I think 2 months now, Jolene, already? Maybe not even that long, but I tell you, you are awesome. I love the way you have brought a lot of fun to our Discord. Robbie D says, first time seeing you live. Great videos. I've learned a lot. Thanks. Robbie D, well, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, because we do this every Sunday. We do live some mornings, so we show you how to trade. We bring those shorts. We bring it all. We bring it all, baby. We're bringing it. We're bringing it, baby. All right, so next up, guys, we're going to go over the watch list. You better believe it. And huge shout out to Paul. Paul, if you're here, thank you so much for this. Paul has brought us a watch list. As Covey brings the watch list that shows the relative strength, Paul, our scan master, as we like to call him in the Discord, he brings this huge watch list and he brings it all the way down to about 40 to 50 stocks. And then I go through those stocks and I bring you the best out of the best. Now, do keep in mind, guys, I do want to point out I'm only going to be taking 5-star setups. And even then, I'm only going to be taking them on a quarter to half size if everything works out perfect. Because we're below a 21-day moving average, the stock literally has to scream to me. And I'm going to just show you the picture perfect look. See this look right here? If I do this, I'm going to just show you the picture perfect look. Now, I know, and I don't want to talk about it, guys. I don't want to talk about it. Don't even bring it up, okay? But we missed this damn stock, okay? Because I did not want to take it because of the spread was over 60 cents on the spread, and the volume just wasn't there. But I want you guys to tune into this stock right now. Please take a look at this, okay? Take a look at this screen. I'm going to get rid of everything. We're going to zoom in here. This is exactly what we are looking for in a stock. There is nothing better than what you see in front of you right here, right now. Eliminate everything that you have flippin' learned from trading and take a look exactly at this. What is on your screen right now? This is the pinnacle of base breakout trade or trend breakout trading, okay? This I will use for an example for years to come. RGS is absolutely perfect. I'm not kidding you guys. I've dreamt about this. I have dreamt about this, and for good reason too. Because if you're a good trader, you're going to eat, sleep, and dream this trend breakout right here, right now. Let's go over it. A big push up on volume, a very conformed consolidation pullback, creating new higher lows on the base, surfing a 10-day moving average, and look how freaking tight. This is tighter than you will ever, than any other stock that I've seen recently, okay? With an average daily range of 16.1%, This thing tightened up to about 2.5%. That is extremely tight with 3 inside days. Look, here's your range. Inside, inside, inside. You cannot get any nicer than this. We called this out in the watch list, and if you guys are not a part of this Discord, you need to join this Discord. I put a daily watch list up almost every single day. Some days I get a little sidetracked, but most days, I think I only missed 1 day last week, guys. But look, we have RGS right here, and then it got tighter. We have RGS right here, you know, then it broke out, and then I said, well, we still got RGS, but I want to see how it does. RGS was on our watch list because Kobe pointed this out very, very early, somewhere around here, and we just watched it get tighter and tighter and tighter, and we got everybody amped up, and then it kind of took off without volume, and then the spread was shit, and so we advised not taking it. Now, some of us did take it. Congratulations to those that are in it. Mo Wealth, I hate you, but I love you at the same time, but I hate you, so, you know, go, you know what, yourself, but I love you, so I mean it in a loving and caring way. Don't talk to me ever again. But with an RS rating of 99 and an average daily range of 16.1% and this kind of tightness, look at this. Bada bing, bada boom, and then the next day. Wow, right there, guys. That's what you want to see in a stock. That's what you want to see. So now, when we talk about this here, okay, when you talk about this watch list here, and I go over these, we're going to put these on our watch list, but until they look like this, I don't even want to talk about it. Well, I might take a few small trades, but not until we're above a 21-day moving average. But if something like this pops up again, then yes, I will take it, but I'll take it on half share size. Jolene says, yeah, go Mo Wealth. Dem Yankee says, definitely join his Discord. I'm a newbie and glad he helped me out a lot just watching and listening. Yankee, I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much for that. All right, so we got Rivian. Now, Jolene, listen, Jolene, let me take a sip. Jolene. Hang on. I'm sorry I brought it up. Jolene, hang on. Relax. Okay, Jolene, listen. I got to bring up Rivian. It's having a nice consolidated pullback. After a big push up on volume and a pullback, it's starting to ride this 10-day moving average. Now it's pulling back again. If it can hold this 10-day moving average and continue to surf it and get tight here, this might be a good one to keep on your watch list, because if this can break a nice trend line here, let's say it does something like this and it gets tight the next couple of days and breaks out, I want to be alerted. I want to know about it. So make sure RIVN is on your watch list, because we know Tesla is the leader in this as well. If Tesla can continue to trade sideways and get tighter here, then that would be nice to see as well. As the ADR in Tesla is 5.28, Rivian moves 7.99. I consider this more of a lagger, obviously, because Tesla is the leader. But if you are interested in Rivian and it tightens up better than Tesla, because I know some of us won't even play Tesla anymore because it's been beating us up lately, Rivian might be the go, okay? So, yeah, Jolene says, covering the eyes. Yeah, absolutely. It better look like RGS with volume. Yeah, it better. But here's a better one for you. RNA looks a little tighter than that. As we get a big push up over here, and look at this beautiful base as we have an undercut and a rally here, and then it breaks out of this base and heads higher. Now it pulls back once again. It looks like we're in blue sky territories for RNA. And as you guys know, the health and biotechs are doing very well right now. Now, of course, biosciences have inherent risk as they are. So, Robbie D, we have not went over coin yet, but right after this watch list, which this watch list will be summed up very shortly, probably within the next 10 minutes, we'll definitely go over coin. And that also, I want to bring up, guys, if you have any stocks that you want me to go over, throw them in the chat right now. I will go back. We'll start where Robbie D is, and I'll go down the list, and we'll make sure we hit everybody this time, because I know I missed a few of you on the last one, and man, I don't know why I take it upon myself to make sure we get every single one of these, but we're doing it tonight. We're going to make sure we hit every single one of these stocks. So make sure you put in the watch list what you want me to talk about if I haven't already talked about it. So RNA is getting tight. I'd like to see a couple more tight days riding this 10-day moving average. We'll definitely see that. Ooh, Dan Bob, that's a good one. We're definitely going to go over that. We also have ASTS. It's still riding this 10-day moving average. It also formed this beautiful trend line with a breakout here. Now I'd like to see this get tight, trade sideways, even maybe form a base somewhere here under this psychological and now technical area of $14. This ASTS is in communication, the communication sector, which posed to be a very hot sector recently, but now we know the communication sector XLC isn't doing so good. They're not communicating very well, okay? So ASTS, if it has a turnaround, this might be the area, or this might be the best place to short it, but I'm not going to stand in the way of a freight train as the RS rating is 99. IDYA, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off the list. We got a nice push up here. It's just looking kind of choppy here. I was hoping to see when this thing would push up, it would pull back, start riding really tight. So we're just going to leave that off. But we do have up. Now, up broke this 10-day moving average, but I want to give it a chance to pop back up here because if it can still hold this area, you know, because it's still a new higher low. If you guys look here, this was its most new higher low and it held above it. So we'll see in the morning if this actually holds, like say maybe it pops up here and then kind of just gets tighter right here. I can even draw this out for you. Let's say it opens up and it comes up here and it does one of these and just gets tight and trades sideways here, you know, and gets nice and tight. I would like that. I think that would be good. So I'm going to keep this on our watch list. UP on our watch list still. Up is still on the watch list, but we're going to see what it does. We're going to see if it wants to continue to hold with an RS rating of 92 and an average daily range percentage at 19%. Let's see if up still has a chance to stay on our watch list, okay? Wolf. So Wolf is still on our watch list. Shout out to Predator. Predator's in here too. That's right, baby. That's right. Predator was watching Wolf like a hawk Tua very, very recently, as I know you got to have a position in this, dude, for as tight as you were watching this. Now, Wolf is one of those data processing services. It's a fancy way of saying Bitcoin miners, but we can't say Bitcoin miners anymore. Simply put, because the biggest thing with it calling a Bitcoin miner is they're saying these data processing services are going to be able to do far more than just data or just mine for Bitcoin. So I don't know the full depth into it, but we're going to call these data processors now. And Wolf is one of the only one on my list as their CORZ still out there, but I don't think it's looking nearly as strong. I think it had a pretty big pullback. It's not looking too bad, honestly. It's not looking too bad. So CORZ is still on the list. Actually, I think I'm gonna mark this out. This thing shook me out a few times before. Actually, I got an alert on this already. So CRZ is still on my list as well. Wolf is on my list. These are those data processors. So if Bitcoin is going to do well, as we talked about it, Bitcoin, guys, if this continues to do well and continues to act right, which it is currently, and it wants to break through this trend that we see here and gets above that 1.62, I think we still have a good chance of these data processors continuing higher as well. Next up on my list is ARLO. You can see this is starting to create a nice basing as it pushed up on much higher than average volume with an RS rating of 98 and an average daily range over that 4%. I really like this. I really like this. I think if it just trades sideways and gets tight here, it has the ability to push higher. So I just have it on my watch list. It's not something I'm really like hawking over top of this, but we got one of these here. And we only got a few more left on the list. So we'll just take a quick break so I can get a drink here. Let me see if I can get a poll up. Come on, poll. Come on. Yes, we got the polls, baby. All right, now that we got the polls up, what's the question? We got to ask this thing a question. Okay, so we're going to start a poll here. We're going to ask, does the market, aka the S&P 500, or we're going to call it the SPY, but we all should know the SPY is the S&P 500. Does the market pull back further tomorrow? Yes? No? And what should be the extra question? Um, um, hmm. All right, there we go. Started the poll. Now, guys, I want you to answer this. We got 22 of you in here watching, so do me a favor. Hit that poll. Let me know what you got on your mind. Don't watch. I just voted. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. That's A-okay. Now, I want you to vote on that poll, and while you are here, take a look at my screen, baby. You voted on the poll. That's great. You already have 5 votes in there, but I want you to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Guys, we have an amazing community here. I don't think I need to talk you into it, but wow, we got 24 likes. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We're going to keep on keeping on, baby, because you know we love to do it. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are not entertained, I don't know if I have to learn how to do a backflip or not, but I will learn how to do a backflip if I need to. And now we're going to get back to the stock market watch list, baby. FBI, open up! Everybody's here for it. Woo! Let's do this, baby.
Bruh.
So ARLO is on the watch list, but we have a few better ones that we want to take a look at. Now, NRIX is not on the watch list anymore. Let me remove that thing. What's another one that I found? QURE. We can see this thing had a big pullback here, but it still has that opportunity to hold that 10-day moving average and bounce back up here. So when these things have a big pullback and they start to ride on this 10-day, I want to still see this thing ride out. It can do something like this, or it could even play out a lot longer than where this trend is. So let me just go ahead and do one of these. Boop. And then draw it out. Oh, I didn't know I could move the whole thing. I love Trader View. You could do it like that. You know, it could fill in this whole area here. Okay, so we're not going to take this off the watch list just yet. We have the ability for QURE to take off and do a little better. Okay, we just need some more time, so it's on my watch list. This is also a biotech, so we know it's doing better. Now we have Bark, Woof. This can be held out at the 21-day moving average. If it wants to trade sideways, maybe even get back up here, bounce off this $1.78 a few more times. It's a higher average daily range. Let's take a look. What's the RS on this? 93, yeah. So it's holding out. It's been using this 21-day moving average as an area of support. It looks like it just broke through this, but if it can hold tomorrow, it might be something to keep an eye on. I don't expect this thing to actually hold, but I don't want to take it off just yet. It's one of those things where I'm just keeping a very, very close eye. And I see you guys putting it all in the chat. We got about 2 more that I want to go over here. We have Zap. Okay, now if you guys remember, I drew out Zap what I was expecting because everybody was watching Zap right here on this day. Everybody's like, man, Zap this, Zap that. I said, zap it, zip it, zap it. I don't want to hear about it because that's just too far extended from the 10-day moving average. And I drew this out, and look at how, so far, how close we are to the drawing that I made last, what was that, Thursday, Friday, something like that. Yeah, so Thursday. And so then Friday, we got the pullback. We're bouncing and still surfing on that 10-day, not surfing, but we bouncing back off that 10-day moving average. Now, maybe we pop back up, pull back down. We get tight. We make a tighter day. This thing moves 36% in the market. So if we do get tight and we do pop up, this is going to be a huge one that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Now, do keep an eye on the market capitalization is only 34 million. This is a small cap. This thing can really get some legs and eggs here and get to cooking, baby. Rip, rip, tater chip to the north side, if you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. So watch out for this one because it is a make or break, rip your damn face off kind of stock. So put ZAPP on your watch list, and if you're not used to playing stocks like this, at least just keep it on there and keep a close eye. As this thing pulled back, if it can ride and get tight, this might be the next RGS. If you guys see here, it pulled back, it got tighter. This could be the next Zap as it rips. So keep Zap on your watch list, folks, because I don't want to miss another one. Gosh dang. All right. And then, of course, last but not least, as it was brought up in our Discord, SLNH is on the watch list. Now, this is something I want to bring up, guys. The average daily range is 17.46 on this. And if we measure the previous day's range, it moved 13.81. So we'll call it 14. This is still within its average daily range. It's not getting that tight. What do I want to see by tight? I want to see it trade within, let's say, 4%, okay? 4%. Let's see this thing get really tight. Okay, now it's holding a 21-day moving average, and it's looking really good. As it pushes up higher, it pulls back, and it starts to get tighter. We're starting to see that volume price contraction pattern. And if we can see it do something like this and then get to ripping, that is the kind of price action we want to see. That is where you start putting money into this market and you start to see rocket ships heading to the north side. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we want to see. That's why I brought up RGS. That's why I want you to learn how to trade these with us. That's why I want you in our Discord so we all can learn together. We can focus on the best stocks in the market. That's why we use the relative strength. That's why we use the average daily range. That's why we study the greatest traders out there like Christian Quilamagi, Dan Zanger, Oliver Kell, anybody that Richard Moglen has talked to the past day. If you guys were listening, they talked about the exact crap I'm bringing up right now. So make sure you keep that in mind. Now, we are going to go over right here, right now, everything that got brought up in this list. And I promise you, we are not going to miss one of them because we missed one or two or maybe even three the last time. And then I had to send apology letters out to everybody's parents saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me get a drink and we're going over the chat. And while I sit here, let's go ahead and... And first on the list is Robbie D's Coin. Congratulations, Robbie D. You are first on the list. You started us off well and right with Coin. He asked a question about Coin. He said, what's going on with Coin, dude? Let's talk. Well, let's talk Coin. Now, Coin, as we know, does have some volatility when it comes to Bitcoin. Coin is above all of its moving averages currently and trades above its average daily range, which is over that 4%. Dang mug is sweet. Thule, thank you very much. I actually got this for free. This is a Cowtails. I don't know if you guys have that in your area, but in Michigan, Cowtails is a original caramel sweet treat that you can get right now. If you, no, I'm just totally kidding. That'd be cool if we had a sponsorship. I'd be so fat though. But yeah, I got that for free. So Coin, guys, is looking really good as it has an average daily range of over 5%. What's the RS rating? 98. So this stock is in play. We can play this stock. Now, if we want to look for a trend or a base breakout, this is what the trend's looking like right now, as it's still looking very strong and it looks like it's getting out of this breakout area. My only issue is with a 5.3% daily range, I'd want to see this thing get tighter here before it breaks out. So if this thing can get tight within this trend and trade sideways, because right now, if I were to take this here, this is trading 11%. So the past couple of days, it's trading twice its average daily range. Meaning it's out of its range that I would be willing to purchase because it's not within a tight area. And you want that tight area for good risk-reward management, okay? Good risk-reward management is what we're looking for when it comes to a tight day. Dan, yeah, I'm in Michigan, baby. I'm right down here on the lower palm, baby. Right on the border between Toledo and Monroe, baby. Come see me. Let's do this. Okay, so Coin's looking really good, guys. I really do like Coin. I do think it has a lot of potential, and I do think it should be on your watch list. My only issue is it's not in play for a play like tomorrow or anything like that. Bitcoin's running. Coin could definitely run, but I think it's outside of its average daily range for me and the way I play. So we'll see if this thing wants to tighten up to get me in. If not, I'm going to have to wait it out, okay? If we get a ton of volatility in the morning, let's say it gaps up in the morning and it gaps up over this area, you might be able to play an opening range break. We'll see very, very soon. Next up, so we got PLTR. You better believe it. PLTR is looking really, really good for a cup and handle. And I do also like your theory on this, Dan, Bob Dan, as CrowdStrike, so CRWD, if I remember correct, had a huge pullback. Why? Well, because they decided to give it to America. They said, you like the blue screen? You're going to get the blue screen. Everybody was down. There was so much panic and chaos. There was fast food places that were down. There was airports that were down. There were a ton of computers that people couldn't get into. There were hospitals that were down. I mean, CrowdStrike really gave it to the American people, and the American people reacted appropriately, as you do not want that to ever happen. And I was joking with the wife. I was thinking about doing a YouTube video on it. As CrowdStrike pulled back like that, the wife, I wanted to like come up to the wife because she's a techie, she does some techie stuff. I wanted to come up to her and say, hey, you got that update for CrowdStrike? Go ahead and send it. And, it's just like, whoosh, and then it just shows like, just chaos, like the one person that played the update, they're like, okay, I updated CrowdStrike. I'm going out for lunch now. It's like, too bad you can't because we got the blue screen of death. Anyway, the CrowdStrike pullback, as you stated, might give PLTR a little bit of thrust to the upside. So that is a very nice theory that you have there, Dan, Bob, Dan, the greatest moderator alive. As it's trending on this very, very tightly, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and set my alert on this. I really like your theory. I really like your idea. I'm going to set my alert on this. And what else I do like on this, guys, is if you read that William O'Neill's How to Make Money in Stocks, he talks about these beautiful cups with handles. And this is the weekly time chart. You can see here's the cup, here's the handle. We might get a nice breakout to the north side. So if you don't have PLTR already on your watch list, or if you're not already in it, as I know some of you already are in our Discord, congratulations to you, by the way. PLTR, put that on your watch list. And Dan, Bob, great stock, great stock. Next up, we got LBPH. Swervo, we just went over coin. Let's see, LBPH. Oh, look at this. This looks really good. Longboard Pharmaceuticals, big push up on volume. Why is this not on my scanner list? All right, well, I need to put this LBPH on my scanner list here and highlight that. Yeah, this was on my last week's scanner list, so I don't know why it's not on here now. This looks really, really good. Who brought this up? Beef Stewie, you damn tootin' he did. Woo, that's what I'm talking about, baby. So here is our trend line. And this is the area that we want to see break out. I'm going to set my alert right here to previous high of day. If that alert goes off and we get some volume there, this is a nice looking stock. It also looked like it's blue skies, baby. So if this thing wants to continue, we already know that we're in a hot sector as biotechnology and healthcare are both doing very well. RS rating of 99% and the average daily range is almost 11%, guys. So this is a great stock, B. Stewie. Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention. This is why I love this community, guys, because if I'm missing something, they bring it to my attention. All right, same thing. If I'm looking at a stock that I shouldn't be, kind of like Jolene brought up, that better look as good as RGS. Darn to it. Call me out on it because I only want to get better every single day, and you guys help me do that as much as I do truly try to help you as well. So thank you so much, Beef Stewie, for that. Cash says, bro, check out Nike stock, NKE. Let's take a little peeky gander at NKE. Now, keep in mind, guys, NKE, it only moves 2.19%. Cash, I do want to really point out to you, you really should check out our Swing Trader School. Our Swing Trader School has an amazing area in there where you can learn exactly what we're looking for in a stock. This thing is beat down. It's below a 200-day moving average. And its average daily range is only 2%. So make sure that you're looking at faster moving stocks, because when you put money into a stock, you want to make sure it's working for you and it makes you the most money. An average daily range of only 2% is not going to make you millions. It definitely will not. It moves very, very slow. Also, I don't ever play a stock that is below its 200-day moving average. Just like my grandma always said, she's always said this. Anything below a 200-day moving average is no good. It's no good, honey. Don't play that. Would you like some cookies? All right, so NKE is definitely not on my watch list, and I don't think you should have it on yours either. We don't try to buy stocks. We don't try to catch the falling knife. We don't try to bottom fish, anything like that. And, of course, I say this all out of love. I want you guys to learn. I want you to make money. If you like NKE, maybe this is the way you trade. It's definitely not the way I trade. So, Akash, I do appreciate you throwing that up in the chat, but not on my watch list. Dan, Bob, Dan posted the link tree. Guys, let me show you the link tree really quick. Let me just show this to you guys. This is really cool. Covey actually set this thing up. Right here's the link tree. If you click this link tree, bada bing, bada boom, you got the YouTube, the Discord, the trading view. So if you want to get the same stock trading platform that I have, click on this and it'll bring you right to the link. And you click that link, you'll get the first couple months free, especially if you use me and my kickback. I get a little bit of money for that too. It's the only thing that it's the only thing I really get paid for on this stuff. We got an Instagram, a TikTok, a Facebook, and a Twitter. Check out the Facebook, guys. We have an awesome swing trading strategies group that Dan, the greatest moderator alive, moderates this for us, and he asks some awesome questions in here. I absolutely love. There was something posted in here yesterday. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Fun fact, the New York Stock Exchange was the first stock exchange in the world to adopt electronic trading. Well, many people associate the New York Stock Exchange with the iconic trading floor and the ringing of the opening and closing bell. It actually started implementing electronic trading systems in the 1960s. This move was helped to modernize in the trade. And you know what? He always brings up cool weekly fun facts. You know, he's always bringing up cool principles like this when we're watching things from Richard Moglen. It's just a great area to go to. We have plenty of other stuff between our YouTube, our Discord, and all that stuff. So go check it out, guys. It's definitely fun. And while we're here, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If I'm bringing you any type of entertainment or anything, just if I'm bringing you anything, if you can hear me right now, hit that like, hit that subscribe button because we're doing it, baby. We're out here. Okay, and now back to your watch list. Okay, so we went over NKE. Let's get this damn thing off here. Let's see what else we got. We got Yankee says maybe Tuesday or Wednesday it will pull back. My very uneducated guess. I love it. Love the poll. Yeah, let's check the poll. What's the poll got? Right now, does the Market Spy pull back further tomorrow? Yes, 55% of you say yes, it's going to pull back. 35% say no. And 10% of you say polls are for dorks. Polls are for dorks. You guys are all dorks for voting on it. I voted on it too. And I'm a dork too. I really am. Let's see what else we got. And if you guys haven't already, vote. Vote. Your vote counts. There's 24 likes. There's only 20 votes. And there's still 18 of you watching. So if you haven't voted already, be a dork and vote. Let's see. What else we got here? Dan Bob, I have a new character for our mascot squad. A puppy named Wolf of Wolf of Wall Street. I love it. I love it, dude. Norman Conklin says, is it too late for SERV? I'm going to tell you right now, if you're asking if it's too late, yes, it's too late. Now, the greatest thing about these episodic pivots, like you see here on SERV, is the fact that a lot of the times they will give you better opportunities to get in. Now, we're going to take a look at the hourly just so you guys get a better understanding, or maybe we should look at the 5 minutes so you can really see what happened here, as this thing really got to rip, tater, chip into the north side, and Danny was there to call it out. Matter of fact, when Danny called it out, he had no idea that he was getting into an episodic pivot. All he seen was a lot of volume, and I even said to him, I said, Danny, this is not part of our trading strategy. And he goes, the only thing that I remember him saying in the chat was SERV, you're welcome. And I was like, oh gosh, dude, we're here. We need to protect these people, not just tell them to get in blindly. And sure enough, after he got in, the news came out that NVIDIA had a 10% stake in SERV, and his trade went from not just in because of the volatility, but in because it turned into an episodic pivot. Is it too late? 100% it is too late right now. If you were going to play on an hourly trend break, you might be able to look at something like this and consider this an hourly trend break. Sure, if that's part of your strategy. That's not part of mine. It is, I guess, this is the 5 minutes. So the hourly, you're not even going to see it on the hourly, right? That's not even an hourly trend break. That's a 5-minute trend break, okay? And that's very, very dangerous to play because now you're playing intraday, right? I teach the hourly on the absolute zoomed in. I like to see the daily. Now, good news for SERV, so you don't have that fear of missing out, is if it is a true episodic pivot or a true leader in the market, the best thing that you're going to hear from me on this SERV is the fact that it will have at some point in time a good pullback so it doesn't rip, tater, chip without you, and we can get in at a certain time. But right now, I am hands off this until we get a proper pullback, some consolidation, because remember, after expansion, like you're seeing here on SERV, you're going to see it have contraction. This is the proper way stocks move. Don't get too excited. Here's the expansion. It might even expand some more. And if it does, we're going to eventually see contraction again. And that is when we attack, okay? Let's shoot the target that's holding still. We don't want to shoot the moving target. Wait until it's holding still. Wait for that contraction pattern. All right, let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. So that's SERV. I'm trying to catch up on the chat, guys. Plug? Ooh, I don't even know if I want to look up plug. PLUG, plug power. I'm not going to look at this thing, Zell. Zell, you need to make sure you go. This is your second time in here. Okay, so you should be on that, bro. Zell, make sure you go through the trading school. Anything below this 200-day moving average, I'm not looking at, okay? And plug power is so well beaten down, I don't want to look at this, okay? Let's see. Yankee asked if I'm from Michigan. You're darn tootin'. You're North Grand Rapids? Hell yeah, Yankee. Yeah, baby. Well, I really like your pictures of your garden. That's really, really cool. We only get to do a garden you know, we only get the fruits of our labor once or twice a year because it gets a little chilly up here. But yeah, Michigan boy, can feel that. Yeah, Kid Rock, yeah, baby. I'm cocky, and I say what? That's my favorite Kid Rock song. Ball with a ball to bang to bang. Let's see, where the ODTE school, LOL. Truly. Akash sends nothing but love. I'm gonna send some love right back right now, baby. Jolene says maybe grandma can be a guest speaker. You know what? Actually, last year when I first, it's about a year and a half ago now, when I first started this, my grandma was always coming in here because I was do live from 8 until 11 every single day, or 8 until 12 every day. My grandma would come in here and the chat would just spam her with cookies. Like the cookie emoji. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. We'll get grandma in here real soon. But yeah, I love grandma. Actually, I was there this morning. We had a little Bible study with grandma this morning. It was awesome. And that's where I did some singing, actually. I told you I did some singing. I did it with grandma this morning, so it was pretty cool. Predator says SKYH. Let's take a little peeky gander. We need to go to the daily. What am I doing on the 5-minute? Oh, my God. Oh, God, bro. What is going on? Bruh. There we go, brah. Okay, SKYH on the daily. It's below all the moving averages, so I don't really care for this right now. Not at all. I'm not seeing anything get tight, and I'm not seeing anything really happening for SKYH. It's also below a 200-day moving average. I'm going to go ahead and pass, smash or pass. I'm going to pass on that one. Next up, let's look at Yankee says, I know it looks horrible. I'm going to stop there. Yankee says, I know it looks horrible. Don't give me the ticker then. But I'm hoping to make a tiny bit of profit. I'm sorry on what I went over. Oh, wait, did I miss one? Do you think CDT? Okay. I almost missed it. I almost missed one, guys. No, I'm not looking at this damn stock, Yankee. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your stock. I can't tell you what to do with your stock. I am not a financial advisor just yet, okay? But CDT, I wouldn't buy this thing. I wouldn't recommend anybody doing anything with this thing. What the hell are you doing? That's out of love, bro. That's out of love. Let's see what else we got. Chat's popping, y'all. Chat is popping. Nothing but big love right back at you, guys. Right back at you. Let's see. George Carson. What's going on, brother? I think this is the first time I've seen your name in here. Welcome to the family, George Carson. I hope you hit the like and that subscribe so we can see you more and more. Do you think the S&P is dropping big tomorrow? You know, that's a great question. I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you exactly, but I will say this. I am hands off. I am risk off in the market because we're below a 21-day moving average. And with Biden dropping out of the presidential election, I think there will be some chaos. I think there's going to be a little uncertainty. I shouldn't say chaos. There's going to be a little uncertainty in the market. So will it drop? I don't know. Will it drop big? I don't know. Am I going to get in the market? Am I going to take any trades? Hell no. So that might tell you a little something there. You know, sometimes when you look at this market, you know, you think to yourself, yeah, I think I'll wait. Sit back on the sidelines and see if this S&P 500 wants to get to ripping real soon. But we all know it's this 21-day moving average that I keep a close eye on. Man, I'm having a good time with you guys tonight. I am. You guys are popping, man. You guys are popping. Let's see what else we got in here. Dan Bob, George, the market doesn't like uncertainty. And Dan Bob is right with that. Danny's so funny. Yeah, Danny is hilarious. Conklin says, thank you. You're quite welcome, sir. You're quite welcome. Yankee, one more question. I want to see the sleeve on the left arm, bro. That shit looks like some good tats. So I got this thing. I'm going to flex on you guys like, yeah, oh, this tat. Oh, this one here. No big deal. No, this is, I got this thing when I was like 19 years old, man. But it's a northeastern box turtle design. You know, I don't know. I love it. My wife makes fun of me. She's like, oh, that's a cheetah pattern. It looks like a cheetah pattern. It's not a cheetah pattern, damn it. No, but you know, it is what it is. It's just a little different. And I got one more tat. It's right here. See if I can get it good. It's my jiu-jitsu tattoo. It's got, damn it. There we go. It's just a hammer and nails, and it's got the JJ here, because some days you're the hammer, some days you're the nail, and if you ever done jiu-jitsu, you understand that reference, because some days you're kicking ass, and some days you get your ass kicked, and that's why I love jiu-jitsu, because it is hard. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I've done it for over 7 years now, a purple belt, and I'm proud to say it. If you guys don't know what jiu-jitsu is, it's like wrestling, only you choke each other out, and you try to break each other's arms, and I absolutely love it. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, man. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yankee, thanks for asking about the tats. Love talking about the tats. Love gardening. Beef Stewie says love gardening. Dooley says love grandmas. Hell yeah. Go blue, baby. Let's go blue. Let's go Wolverines. Yeah, baby. Let's see. Hard to ask the CDT question. Yeah, hey, Yankee, I promise you. If you're worried about asking, it's probably because you're in a shit stock. Robbie D says Stitch Fix. SFIX. You know what? I actually had SFIX Stitch Fix as a base breakout here, and it was a good stock. It was a good call. Now it's actually pulling back with the rest of the market, and it broke this 10-day moving average. Now you can see Stitch Fix had a nice gap up on earnings, and it pulled back, and it showed like it did a very good job. Now, if we go back, if we do this replay, so this is a really good call out here, and we go back on this replay, and we just take it from here. This is where I was actually looking at Stitch Fix, because we had a nice gap up here, gapped up over the 200-day moving average and all of its other moving averages. We had some resistance over here, and it actually showed that that resistance was true as it started bouncing off that $4 area. It bounced once, it bounced twice, and then look at this. This is your base breakout area right here at this $4 area. So when we seen this, we called this out. I talked about it. It might actually be in my daily watch list. I'm not going to take the time to go look, but I'm pretty sure I called Stitch Fix out in this daily watch list at some point in time. I say I'm not going to go look, but here I am looking right now. We definitely talked about Stitch Fix though at some point in time. I don't know why I did not end up taking this, but it was a good move. And I'll just show you guys how it worked. We'll just do the 3X here. And it broke out of this area. Boom, right there. And it came back down, retested. If you would have taken this breakout area and you would have played it, let's say off of this top right here as it broke out, you could have used that low right here as your stop out. It would have stopped you out, okay? It held its 10-day moving average and then re-broke out and then held. So if you would have played this breakout area a second time, which would have been hard, it would have been hard to do, but if you would have taken this the second time and used this as your stop out, you would still be in this stock right now, and you would have actually made a good 4 to 5R return where we would have accepted half of those shares as profit, and we would have moved the stop loss up to break even, and you'd still be in the stock. Now, what I will say about Stitch Fix is it held this 10-day moving average so well for so long. It breaking that 10-day moving average very smoothly gets me a little nervous about the future of Stitch Fix. So right now we're sitting just below or just above that 21-day moving average. The next area of resistance is that $4 area, because remember, after you get through resistance, it then becomes support. So as Stitch Fix comes back down, if it wants to bounce off this $4 area, that would be my line in the sand for Stitch Fix. Will this continue higher? I think the $4 area is going to be the tell-all for Stitch Fix. So great call out on that one, Robbie D. I think SFIX can stay on your watch list, but this, unless this forms some type of trend, I'm definitely not going to play this, and it won't be on my watch list, okay? So it needs to kind of do one of these in order for it to be back in play. Let me just draw this out with the brush. Just do one of these, get tight, and then possibly take off here. That might be a possibility. but we'll have to wait and see as the market is below a 21-day moving average. But yeah, nice call out on Stitch Fix, Robbie D. Jolene says, damn, Yankee, we all have one like that. I like this group because at least we get the truth. The truth, baby. Silent Human says Google. Googl, baby. So a lot of times we don't look at these bigger boats of a stock because they are slower in the average daily range. Now, Google, but it's nice to know. It's nice to know when you're looking at these Mag 7 stocks how the overall market's holding up. Now, the last time that we seen Google break this 50-day moving average was all the way back here during that 6-day bloody sell-off that I still talk about. When it broke the 50, it came down fast and hard. Now, Google is right at an area of support. You can see there was this basing structure, just kind of like we talked about on Stitch Fix, where it comes up and it smacks once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, then finally breaks out. Well, the resistance after we break through and we come back down now serves as support. Now we have supporting area at the 50-day moving average and at this 178. So it'll be very interesting if Google wants to hold this area. So yeah, nice call out on Google. But it is a much slower stock. It doesn't even move 2%. These aren't the stocks that are going to make you millions, but they are nice stocks if you're looking at long-term investing and you do believe in Google, if you do believe in AI. I do like the upgrades that they have been doing with their cell phones, with their I'm sorry, not their cell phones, but with their app, you know, the Hey Google app and all that stuff. I like their new features. Yeah, look, it just popped up now because I said that. I use it all the time. I think it's awesome. So I love their concept there. All right, let's see what else we got. Wow, we're running over time, but I don't give a shit. We're going to make sure we go through everybody's stock list. Cheers to you guys for sticking with me. So that was Google. Zell says, why do stocks fall after offerings? That's not always true. The best stocks we consider episodic pivots don't just take off after earnings, but they continue much higher, much faster. So not all stocks fall after earnings. Let's see. Paul says LBPH is looking interesting. Yeah, we actually went over LBPH, I do believe. Yeah, we did. And it is looking very interesting, Paul. I do really like this. Getting really tight on this 10-day moving average. If it can hold off here, maybe even have one more inside day here and take off. It's in the pharmaceuticals, which we already looked at, the health technology and the biotechnology. They are in a hot sector as well. So if the overall market wants to show it, shapes up, LBPH is definitely one to keep on your watch list. Swervo Trade said, did we go over SLNH? You're darn tootin' we did, brother. Look, this. Do I need to go over it again? Just take a look at this thing. You can see exactly what I'm looking for. I definitely want to see a few more tighter days on SLNH, but this right here, what you see is what you got. There's rockets, there's arrows, there's lines drawn. No, Paul, don't worry about it, brother. That's what I'm here for, man. Let's see. Predator says SYRS for the redeeming. Let's see. So we are above all the moving averages. We are above the RS rating of 90, and the average daily range is a little higher. Now, it looks like this thing broke out of what we would consider a base right here around the $6 area, and it got up, and above it, now pulling back and retesting this same area. This would be an interesting area for a retest if it wants to continue to retest and then continue higher. But we do have a lot of resistance right up here, guys. So this is going to be your resistance area up here. If it gets above and wants to hold above this resistance, or I'm sorry, the support of $6, it might have some continuation. I think the move was here on volume, if it did have volume, but it doesn't look like it did have any higher volume on any one of these days. But it does seem like it might have some follow through. And if it does, we're going to have resistance right up here at the $7.50 area. So we'll see if it wants to get back up there. Thank you, Predator, for that. Let's see, Paul, LBPH. Oh, yeah. Hey, good call out, B. Stewie. Paul, LBPH does have earnings August 1st, so that's coming up soon. Thule, if the Magnificent Seven doing bad, SPY gonna bleed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we're starting to see some support out there on the Magnificent Seven, but is it enough to hold up with the uncertainty that's in the market and everything else that's going on? Dan Bob says, can you play the Mag 7s with 2x leverage ETF now? Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of different, like we looked up a lot of the 2x leverage, yeah. There's a lot of 2x leverage on those Mag 7 stocks that are out there. But if you want to play like a lot of your tech heavy, ETFs, which have some of your Mag 7 stocks, you can play TQQQ, which is the tech QQQ, which is a 3x leverage. It moves 3.8%, so almost the 4% that we're looking for. And then, of course, you have SQQQ, which is the 3x leverage to the sell side. So if you want to buy the sell side of it, you can actually buy the sell side. So, like, you can go long short, if that makes any sense. All right? Let's see what else we got. Paul says, missed that. Sorry. No, don't be sorry, brother. That's what I'm here for. SERV, too late. Right, wait for a few. I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a huge favor if you'll be so kind. So kind. If you're new, if you don't know what the hell's going on right now, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, because this is what we do, baby. We keep you informed so that way I can stay informed as well. We do all the homework for you because I flippin' love you guys. I absolutely love you. Okay, if you haven't voted on the poll already, guess what? You can't anymore because it is over with. Does the market SPY, SPY, the market, the S&P 500, pull back further tomorrow? That was the question. The answer that you gave me, 50% think yes. We are going to get a further pullback tomorrow in the S&P 500. 36% of you say no, we are not going to pull back further tomorrow. And 13% of you said that polls are for dorks. Dorks can be hot too. Dorks can be hot. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you joining me tonight. If we don't have anything else going on, I want to say make sure you are safe out there. Make sure you are using risk management, because if you don't, that is the only way you get hurt. Remember, risk management is an edge too, guys. Risk management is an edge too. You need to have an edge in this market, and the very first thing that you can do is learn an edge. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will be here to see you on the way out. Absolutely love you guys. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, because this is how we do it. This is how. Peace, guys. I'll see you on the way out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am just having such a great night tonight. Predator, thank you so much for joining me. Jolene. You know I love you, girl. Thank you so much. Dan, Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, posting that link tree in the chat. That's where you can find the Discord, our Facebook, our YouTube, everything. Jimmy Bright, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yankee, good night, brother. Good night. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Yankee, another one from Michigan, baby. Us Michigan boys, we got to stick together, you know? We got to stick together, baby. It's good to have you in here, Yankee. I'm pumped that you're here with us. Beef Stewie, the man, the myth, the legend, baby. The legend. Oh, yeah. Paul, good to see you. Thank you so much for being in here with me. Robbie D, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's awesome to have some new faces in here. Thule, thank you so much. Appreciate you being in here. Even though you just played the S&P 500, I'd love for you to be with us. Maybe you can give us a more inside look on the S&P 500 for us. Zell, glad you're in here. I want you to get through that swing trading school, brother. If you get through that, I promise you, you're going to have a lot better time in this market following the relatively strong stocks in the overall market. Silent Human, if you're still with us, I hope you enjoyed the analysis on Google. Make sure you join our Discord, brother. Everything's free, guys. Everything's free. Let's see. Norman Conklin, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining us. George Carlson, good to see new faces. I'm pumped that you were here with us today. I'm curious what that picture is of you and another dude. It looks like you're holding up a trophy, or maybe a plate, or maybe one of those big pan things that you can play music on. Not sure, but let me know in the chat what that is. What else? Who else we got? Akash, if you're still with us, thank you so much for joining tonight. You did awesome. Thank you for being so active in the chat. We love to see the activity in the chat, guys. And yeah, I think that's everybody. Oh, Covey, don't want to forget about Covey. It looks like, oh, Yankee, I just got it. KT is Kill Tony. Hell yeah, brother. I do like Kill Tony. Did I bring up Kill Tony tonight? Man, yeah, Kill Tony's hilarious, dude. Oh, I showed you my YouTube. That's why. Yeah, man, I love Kill Tony. It was awesome. Oh, what a great night. I guess that's as high as I can go on the chat, so I hope I didn't miss anybody. But you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Good night. Good night, Conklin. Good night. Oh, Nalani. Nalani. I almost missed you, Nalani, but I got you, brother. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being a part of this, Nalani. It's awesome having you in here. Dan Bob, great show. They get better and better. Dan, you're awesome, man. You always inflate me, man. You always make me feel good, bro. You do. I appreciate you. You guys have a good night. I hope I didn't miss anybody. And if I did, let me know in the Discord so I can give you a tipping of the hat. Peace, guys. You know I love you.